In a chaotic and pressured world, have you ever wondered how to find true peace? Have you ever felt that your mind is entangled in endless thoughts? Today, let us explore an ancient Zen story from India about the journey of Arjun, a young man yearning to free himself from his restless mind. Will the wisdom of the Zen master living on a distant mountaintop help Arjun find inner peace? The answer will surprise you and open a completely new perspective on how we approach life and its daily worries. Buddhist story, Empty Your Mind. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled among the majestic hills of ancient India, there was a young man named Arjun. Arjun was known throughout the village for his restless mind, constantly troubled by unending thoughts. No matter how hard he tried, his mind was always haunted by the past and fearful of the future. These overwhelming thoughts, like the towering mountains surrounding the village, pushed him into a state of turmoil with no escape. One day, Arjun heard about a renowned Zen master, Guru Sadhan, who lived in seclusion on a distant mountaintop. People whispered that Guru Sadhan held the secret to achieving inner peace and tranquility. Intrigued by these rumors, Arjun decided to embark on a journey, seeking salvation for his mind plagued by endless thoughts. Arjun began his journey, traversing rugged paths, cutting through dense forests, and crossing rushing streams. Time passed, and Arjun grew weary, but his desire for peace urged him forward. When he finally reached the summit, a breathtaking sight greeted him. A small temple, nestled among the lush greenery, surrounded by the rustling wind and birdsong. There, under a massive ancient tree, sat Guru Sadhan, deep in meditation, his body still and serene as if one with nature. Arjun felt the tranquility emanating from Guru Sadhan. His heart raced, and he approached the master, bowing respectfully. "Master," Arjun said, his voice filled with urgency, "I have come seeking peace for my restless mind. My thoughts are incessant, filled with worry. Please teach me how to empty my mind." Guru Sadhan opened his eyes, radiating calmness. He smiled gently and replied, "You wish to empty your mind? Very well, I will teach you." Guru led Arjun to a small courtyard within the temple, where a large stone basin filled with crystal-clear water stood. Rays of sunlight filtered through the leaves, casting sparkling reflections on the water's surface. Guru Sadhan picked up a wooden ladle, scooped water from the basin, and poured it into an empty bowl. "Arjun, your task is to empty this basin," Guru Sadhan said. "You must transfer all the water from the basin into this small bowl without spilling a single drop." Arjun gazed at the large basin and the small bowl in his hand, bewilderment filling his eyes. "How can I transfer all the water from this large basin into the small bowl without spilling a drop?" he wondered. Nevertheless, Arjun refused to give up. He diligently began ladling water, striving to keep every drop intact. Time wore on, and sweat trickled down Arjun's face. Despite hours of effort, the basin remained full as ever. Frustration crept into Arjun's heart, each drop of water seemingly mocking his futile attempts. His mind grew even more restless. Guru Sadhan, watching from afar, sensed the tension building within his student. He approached Arjun, gently placing a hand on his shoulder, and said, "My dear student, you are trying too hard to empty the basin, but you've forgotten the most important step. Before you can empty the basin, you must first empty your mind." Arjun looked up at Guru, his eyes filled with confusion. "Master, how do I empty my mind?" he asked. Guru smiled kindly. "Let go of your worries, fears, and attachments. Focus on each action, live fully in the present moment, and allow the universe to guide you." Arjun took a deep breath, feeling a wave of relief wash over him. He let go of his urge to control everything and began focusing on each scoop of water, savoring the sound and the cool sensation as the water flowed through his hands. His mind gradually became still, and miraculously, the water from the basin began to flow easily into the bowl, no longer presenting a challenge. When the final drop of water fell into the small bowl, Arjun gazed at Guru with awe and deep gratitude. Guru Sadhan smiled warmly, his voice gentle yet profound. "You see, Arjun, when you empty your mind, you allow the universe to flow through you. You become one with the task at hand, and everything falls into place naturally." From that moment on, Arjun realized that peace and clarity had never been something external to seek. They had always existed within him. And from that day forward, he carried the master's wisdom in his heart, living a tranquil life in harmony with the universe. The story Empty Your Mind offers many profound lessons from Buddhist teachings, helping us reflect and apply them to our everyday lives. Here are 3 key lessons from this story, along with analysis, examples, and practical applications. Number 1, letting go of attachments and worries. In the story, Arjun couldn't empty the basin because he was too attached to the idea of completing the task perfectly. When Guru Sadhan advised Arjun to let go of his worries and live in the moment, only then could Arjun naturally empty the basin. This illustrates a core principle of Buddhism, letting go of attachments, anxieties, and unnecessary concerns. In daily life, many of us feel anxious about work, relationships, or the future. We hold on to negative thoughts, making our minds tense and unable to focus on the present. Practical advice: practice letting go of unnecessary worries through meditation or mindfulness exercises. When faced with a task, instead of fixating on the outcome or fearing failure, focus on each small action and fully live in that moment. For example, during a workday, take 5 to 10 minutes to relax your mind, breathe deeply, and free yourself from negative thoughts. Number 2, the power of focus and mindfulness. When Arjun learned to focus on each scoop of water and release tension, he could easily empty the basin. This highlights the importance of mindfulness and concentration in Buddhist teachings. Mindfulness is being fully aware and present in every moment without distraction. In modern life, many people multitask or allow distractions to interfere with their work. This leads to inefficiency and mental fatigue. Practical advice: apply mindfulness by giving your full attention to each task. For example, when eating, focus on the flavors, aromas, and textures instead of rushing. Or when working, eliminate distractions like phones and concentrate entirely on the task at hand. Number 3, inner peace resides within you. Arjun's story reminds us that true peace and clarity are not external goals to chase. They have always existed within us. When Arjun emptied his mind and let go, he discovered the peace he had been seeking was always inside him. A person may live in luxury and still feel anxious, while someone living simply may find deep peace when they master their mind. Practical advice: instead of constantly searching for peace and happiness through external sources like money, fame, or status, turn inward and nurture your inner peace. You can meditate daily, explore spirituality, and listen to yourself to realize that true peace always lies within you. The story of Arjun and Guru Sadhan is a powerful reminder of how we can apply Buddhist teachings in our daily lives. Let go of worries, focus on the present, and find peace from within your own mind. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss upcoming videos about Buddhist stories and the journey to finding peace in life. If you found this story interesting and helpful, feel free to share it on social media or with your loved ones. We would love to hear from you as well. Leave a comment below. What touched you the most in this story? Do you have any lessons from the story you'd like to share? Do you have any suggestions for topics or stories you'd like us to cover in future videos? See you in the next video. Wishing you peace and happiness.